Hello and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we embark on a journey through time to explore the fascinating history of exploration and discovery. From the brave adventurers of ancient civilizations to the intrepid explorers of the Age of Discovery, we will delve into the stories of those who dared to venture into the unknown, shaping the world as we know it today. In the earliest pages of human history, the spark of curiosity ignited journeys that would shape the course of exploration. It was an era of uncertainty and wonder, a time when individuals dared to set sail into uncharted waters and embark on audacious voyages that would expand the boundaries of their known worlds. Around 330 BCE, Pytheas, a daring Greek explorer hailing from Massalia, present-day Marseille, cast his gaze northward and embraced the beckoning call of the sea. Venturing into the frigid expanse of the northern seas, Pytheas embarked on an extraordinary odyssey that would uncover mysteries and inspire generations to come. During his naval adventures, Pytheas came with the mesmerizing phenomenon of the midnight sun. He marveled at the peculiarity of the sun refusing to set at certain times of the year as he sailed towards the British Isles and traveled much beyond. He was fascinated by the mechanics of the Earth's rotation as a result of the celestial dance of light and shadow. The curious observer Pytheas diligently recorded his observations and experiences. His works demonstrated a cutting-edge comprehension of the Earth's axial tilt, a discovery that would serve as the starting point for upcoming explorers and navigators. This information served as a compass, directing sailors through the limitless wide ocean. While Pytheas' voyage was reshaping perceptions in the West, another epic narrative was unfolding in the vastness of the Pacific Ocean. Between 300 and 1200 CE, the Polynesian navigators embarked on journeys that were nothing short of remarkable. Armed with an intimate understanding of the natural world and guided by the stars, they embarked on voyages that stitched together the fabric of the Pacific. These expert sailors had a thorough understanding of the celestial bodies above them. They navigated over extremely large distances with astounding accuracy by keeping an eye on the motion of the sun, moon, and stars. They journeyed beyond the horizon and found regions that would influence the trajectory of human history, guided by the stars' consistency and the migration routes of birds. In the heart of the Middle Ages, a tale of exploration and cultural exchange unfolded along the ancient routes of the Silk Road. At the center of this narrative stands a Venetian merchant named Marco Polo, whose transformative journeys would bridge the chasm between East and West, connecting disparate civilizations in a shared narrative of discovery. The 13th century marked a period of intrigue and wonder as Polo embarked on an extraordinary adventure. In 1271, at the tender age of 17, he embarked on a journey alongside his father and uncle, Niccolo and Maffeo Polo. Their destination was the distant and enigmatic Eastern Odyssey that would span more than 2 decades and reveal the mesmerizing tapestry of cultures that adorned the Silk Road. Their expedition led them across diverse terrains, from the bustling bazaars of Constantinople to the arid expanses of Persia. But it was their arrival in the court of Kublai Khan, the mighty emperor of the Mongol Empire, that would shape the trajectory of their journey. Recognizing the Polos' potential as emissaries and traders, Kublai Khan embraced them and entrusted them with diplomatic missions to far-flung corners of his realm. For over 17 years, Marco Polo immersed himself in the vibrant tapestry of the East. He marveled at the ornate splendors of Khanbalic, modern-day Beijing, explored the riches of Hangzhou's West Lake, and bore witness to the ingenious engineering feats of the Grand Canal. His accounts, recorded in Il Milione, or the Travels of Marco Polo, illuminated the opulence of the Yuan dynasty and the cultural treasures that adorned every corner of the empire. Marco Polo's descriptions of the East captivated the imaginations of readers across Europe. His tales of paper currency, the wonders of the East, and the elusive realm of Cathay China set the stage for a transformative era of exploration. Yet, amid the marvels and riches, Polo also documented the challenges of the Silk Road: treacherous terrain, fluctuating politics, and the intricate dance of trade. Upon returning to Venice in 1295, Marco Polo found himself amidst a Europe that hung on his every word. His accounts, chronicled by the writer Rustichello da Pisa, weaved a captivating narrative of an East brimming with enchantment and opportunity. In the dawning light of the 15th century, a new area of exploration was on the horizon. At the forefront of this transformative age stood Christopher Columbus, an Italian navigator whose audacious journey would reshape the world's understanding of geography and open new chapters in human history. Born in Genoa, Italy in 1451, Columbus was driven by an unwavering curiosity and a relentless spirit of adventure. He dreamt of reaching the riches of the East by sailing westward, a notion that challenged the prevailing belief in a flat Earth. Columbus's ambition was matched only by his perseverance, and in 1492, he secured the support of Spain's Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, for his unprecedented expedition. Setting sail with 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina, Columbus embarked on a voyage that would forever alter the course of exploration. On October 12, 1492, land was sighted. This historic landfall marked the first of Columbus's journeys across the Atlantic and his encounter with the islands of the Caribbean. What he believed to be the outer reaches of Asia were, in fact, the uncharted lands of the Americas. Columbus' expeditions provided evidence of the interaction between discovery and misunderstanding. He thought he had reached the East Indies and called the people he met Indians. However, his legacy is also distinguished by the complicated and frequently catastrophic effects of European contact on indigenous civilizations, in addition to the early meetings that were marked by curiosity and exchanges. The legacy of Columbus's journey is a multifaceted tapestry. His expeditions initiated the Columbian exchange, an exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between the Old World and the New World. This intercontinental interchange transformed the way of life on both sides of the ocean, introducing new foods, animals, and technologies while reshaping economies and societies. As the 15th century neared its zenith, a Portuguese explorer by the name of Vasco da Gama embarked on a perilous journey that would forever alter the course of trade, diplomacy, and exploration. His expedition would unveil a sea route to the fabled riches of India, setting the stage for a new area of maritime dominance and global connections. Born into a family of seafarers in 1460, Vasco da Gama inherited a legacy of maritime prowess and an insatiable appetite for exploration. His early life was shaped by the prevailing ambition of his age to establish a direct trade route to the lucrative markets of the East, bypassing the treacherous overland routes controlled by rival powers. In 1497, da Gama set sail from Lisbon, embarking on a voyage that would test his mettle and reshape the world's understanding of navigational possibilities. His fleet comprised 4 ships, including the São Gabriel and the São Rafael. Guided by the spirit of discovery, he charted a course southward along the coast of Africa, seeking the elusive passage to the riches of the Orient. The journey was fraught with challenges. The expedition faced unpredictable weather, dangerous currents, and the ever-looming threat of scurvy. But da Gama's determination remained unswerving, and on May 20, 1498, he achieved a monumental feat, reaching the shores of Calicut, modern-day Kozhikode, on the southwestern coast of India. This momentous landfall marked the first direct sea route from Europe to the riches of Asia. Vasco da Gama's arrival in Calicut was met with a mixture of curiosity, apprehension, and fascination. The European traders' demand for spices and luxury goods found fertile ground in the bazaars of India, while the local rulers and merchants perceived new opportunities for trade and alliances. This convergence of cultures, however, was not without its challenges, as da Gama navigated diplomatic intricacies and sought to establish Portuguese influence in the Indian Ocean. In the early 16th century, a daring explorer named Ferdinand Magellan embarked on an audacious journey that would forever alter our understanding of the world's vastness. His quest was nothing short of revolutionary to circumnavigate the Earth and unveil the true dimensions of our planet. Through treacherous waters and uncharted territories, Magellan's expedition would stand as a testament to human resilience and the pursuit of the unknown. Born in Portugal around 1480, Magellan's life was a tapestry woven with the threads of exploration and innovation. His insatiable curiosity drove him to seek answers to the mysteries of the Earth's expanse, and in 1519, he set out on a journey that would redefine human understanding of geography. Magellan's fleet comprised 5 ships: the Trinidad, the San Antonio, the Concepcion, the Victoria, and the Santiago. Departing from Seville, Spain, he sailed westward in search of a passage to the Spice Islands. Magellan believed that by traversing the American continent, he could access the riches of the East without the need to cross the perilous seas around Africa. The expedition faced daunting challenges as it navigated through the treacherous waters of South America's southern tip. In 1520, Magellan discovered a strait that would bear his name, the Strait of Magellan. This newfound passage granted the expedition access to the uncharted waters of the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific proved to be both majestic and merciless. The voyage across the expansive ocean tested the limits of Magellan's crew and resources. The arduous journey was marked by scarcity of supplies, grueling conditions, and the profound isolation of being surrounded by a seemingly endless expanse of water. However, Magellan's leadership and unwavering determination kept the crew steadfast in their commitment to completing the circumnavigation. After months of relentless sailing, the expedition reached the Philippines in 1521. Magellan's encounter with local chieftains and his attempts to establish alliances bore testament to his diplomatic acumen. However, his life would be tragically cut short during a skirmish on Mactan Island. Despite his untimely death, Magellan's legacy endured through the dedication of his crew. Under the leadership of Juan Sebastian Elcano, the remaining members of the expedition embarked on an arduous journey that would fulfill Magellan's dream, circumnavigating the Earth. The Victoria, the only ship to survive the grueling journey, returned to Spain in 1522, completing the first recorded circumnavigation of the globe. In the annals of exploration, the name of James Cook shines as a beacon of curiosity and innovation. A British navigator and cartographer, Cook's voyages during the 18th century not only redrew the maps of the world, but also expanded human understanding of distant lands and cultures. With unyielding determination and scientific rigor, Cook embarked on a trio of journeys that would forever transform our perception of the Earth and its inhabitants. Born in 1728 in the village of Marton, England, Cook's early life was shaped by the maritime heritage of his family. Apprenticed to a merchant navy, he developed navigational skills that would lay the foundation for his future explorations. By the time he was appointed as a naval officer, Cook's insatiable curiosity had earned him the role of ship's astronomer during a voyage to observe the transit of Venus in 1769. It was this mission, the observation of Venus's transit across the Sun, that would serve as the catalyst for Cook's first voyage of discovery. In 1768, he set sail on the HMS Endeavour, bound for the South Pacific. His mission extended beyond celestial observations. He was tasked with exploring the vast expanse of the Pacific, unearthing new lands, and charting their geography. Cook's first voyage was a triumph of both exploration and science. He charted the coasts of New Zealand and eastern Australia, creating accurate maps that would guide future sailors. His encounters with the indigenous peoples of these lands laid the groundwork for cross-cultural understanding and sparked inquiries into anthropology and ethnography. The second voyage, launched in 1772, took Cook to the southern reaches of the globe. Sailing aboard the Resolution and the Adventure, he explored the frigid waters surrounding Antarctica. While his expedition did not lay eyes on the continent itself, Cook's meticulous observations of ice formations and wildlife laid the groundwork for future exploration of the region. Cook's third and final voyage, commencing in 1776, aimed to uncover the fabled Northwest Passage, an elusive sea route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic. Despite his best efforts, the Northwest Passage remained beyond reach. However, Cook's expedition was not without significance. He traversed the Pacific once more, visiting the Hawaiian Islands, which he named the Sandwich Islands in honor of the Earl of Sandwich. Tragically, Cook's final voyage ended in 1779 with his death in Hawaii. His encounters with the island's inhabitants were marred by misunderstandings, leading to his untimely demise. Cook's legacy, however, extended far beyond his individual expeditions. His meticulous cartography and observations contributed to the refinement of navigational charts, while this documentation of flora, fauna, and indigenous cultures enriched our understanding of the world's diversity. As humanity stepped into the 20th century, the boundaries of exploration expanded beyond the confines of our planet. The spirit of adventure that had driven explorers across oceans and continents now propelled them into the final frontier, outer space. This segment delves into the remarkable journey of modern exploration, from the first steps on the moon to the ongoing quest to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. The stage was set in 1957 with the launch of Sputnik 1, a Soviet satellite that marked the beginning of the space age. This momentous event ignited a new area of exploration, one that extended beyond Earth's atmosphere. In 1961, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth, expanding the limits of human achievement and inspiring generations to dream beyond the sky. However, it was the United States that would achieve one of the most significant milestones in modern exploration. On July 20, 1969, the Apollo 11 mission, commanded by Neil Armstrong and piloted by Buzz Aldrin, successfully landed on the moon's surface. As Armstrong stepped onto the lunar soil, he uttered the immortal words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." This historic feat transcended national boundaries and united humanity in a shared sense of awe and accomplishment. The moon landings were the culmination of years of scientific innovation and meticulous planning. The Apollo program demonstrated the immense potential of human ingenuity and collaboration. The astronauts' journey not only advanced our understanding of the moon's geology, but also provided valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities of future space exploration. Following the moon landings, exploration extended to the planets of our solar system. The Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 spacecraft, launched in 1977, embarked on a grand tour that revealed the breathtaking diversity of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Voyager 1 eventually became the first human-made object to enter interstellar space, carrying with it a message in the form of a golden record, a compilation of sounds and images representing Earth's culture and life. In 1981, the space shuttle era began with the launch of the Columbia. The shuttles were designed to carry astronauts, satellites, and scientific equipment to and from space. These reusable spacecraft facilitated critical scientific research and played a pivotal role in building the International Space Station (ISS), a collaborative effort involving multiple nations. The ISS stands as a testament to the potential of international cooperation in space exploration. Launched in 1998, this orbiting laboratory has provided a platform for scientific research in a variety of fields, from biology to physics. It serves as a symbol of unity among nations and a stepping stone for future missions beyond Earth's orbit. The 21st century has witnessed the revival of the moon as a destination for exploration. NASA's Artemis program aims to land the first woman and the next man on the lunar surface by 2024, ushering in a new era of lunar exploration and paving the way for future missions to Mars and beyond. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through the history of exploration. From ancient adventurers who dared to sail into the unknown, to modern explorers venturing into the cosmos, the stories of those who pushed the boundaries of human understanding are a testament to the power of curiosity and the enduring quest for knowledge. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the tapestry of history. Until next time, keep exploring.